What is going on, everyone? I'm Gilflo.
I'm Lord Spleech.
And we are the Video Game Archivist, and we are bringing you Game 31 of 296 in the Nintendo 64 Chronicles today, Chameleon Twist.
With that hot ton action.
So, I didn't play this game as a kid, did you?
Nope.
And I'm actually really disappointed that I did not.
Yeah, me, it would have been, it's like, did I see it at Blockbuster or not? And did I just pass over the cover? You know, well, it's definitely got the cutesy cover on there.
Yeah, so, like, definitely, even when I was collecting games, this was low on my list. I'd seen it in a few, like, must-have games, like Secret Hidden Gems.
Yeah.
They weren't lying. This game was fun.
Yeah.
I will start by saying the rabbit they stole from Wonderland is definitely stoned.
Well,
100% stoned.
To be fair, it's just straight up, what was it, the public domain stoning, so you know.
Yeah, yep. Red eyes. Your tongue is essentially a rope, a weapon, it's everything.
Yeah, I mean, you can jump in this game, but your jump is not as important as your tongue.
Yeah, yep. So, the first boss actually really impressed me a lot. I thought it was a fun, unique fight.
Yeah.
And then as we progressed through all the bosses, I thought that every single one was well done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could tell some are easier than others, but...
Yeah, but they were still clever the way they designed them.
Yeah, like the cake, where it's like, oh... A couple, like, basic enemies go in there. All you gotta do is just eat them. So that way they don't operate the cake that can kill you.
Yep. So this is not your traditional platformer from the gameplay demo that you're seeing. I don't know what else to say. Like, there's some cool unlockables in there. Your main collectible is a crown.
Yeah.
If you get 20 of each, you unlock a boss rush mode. And there's only 6 levels. So one bad thing is the game's kind of short.
Yeah.
The other thing I do want to say is it didn't age too well. It's not very pretty to look at.
Granted, I mean, to me, yeah, I mean, it does have that usual N64, you know, bad graphics, but at the same time, it doesn't, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the cutesy art style that keeps it relatively well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I will say, as far as the aging goes, it definitely has the Mario 64 camera style.
Yeah, I agree.
That is
the camera.
That's the age part.
The camera fights you. Camera fights you a lot, just like in Mario 64.
Yeah. Now, we also did notice that, you know, besides the usual pull-back camera, it also did have, you know, hit R just like Mario, and then he goes to, like, a person camera, which is closer.
Yep.
But we didn't mess with that one as much.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, I'm going to recommend this game for anyone that hasn't played it. It's fun. It takes about, 2.5 hours, I think it took us to beat it.
Now, I would say I would recommend, since even in the main levels, it won't tell you some of the menus. You do want to do the actual training level.
Yes.
Just because there's some things you might not realize at first.
There's definitely some tricks that you got to learn to get good. So let's get on to the ratings, unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
Well, the final boss was amazing, actually.
Yes. Final boss is not traditional. It has HP. There's a trick to it.
Yeah.
And it was definitely challenging.
Good music, too, on that one, though.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the ratings.
Yep.
All right, so 50 is right in the middle. There's nothing good about the game. There's nothing special. I probably wouldn't recommend it if it's a 50. Anything below that goes all the way down to Superman 64.
Foreshadowing.
At number 1, because that game is bad. We haven't even reviewed that game yet.
But we already know.
We already know. Anything above 50 goes all the way up to 100, which is perfect, and everything in between is on the good side. So what did we give it looking back on nostalgia? So I gave it an 89. You gave it an 85. So let me explain my 89 first, right? So I could not quite give it one of the greats. I think the game's too short. Even though it did a lot great, there's still just a couple flaws that hold it back.
Yeah.
But again, one of the best ones we've played probably that we haven't played before.
Yeah, and I will say, it's like, you know, looking back, if I rented this game, I would definitely enjoy the hell of it. I might have, if I did play this game before, I might have pushed into one of the greats, but probably not.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still a great game. It's just like pretty, you know, like even with the little minus example that, you know, having to do the training level, it's like, it's still fun and intuitive to pick up.
Yep. And it has the right amount of challenge. Like the crowns, I feel like, is where the challenge is. You could just roll through the game if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, and speed run it.
But getting the crowns are definitely where it's at. So how does it hold up now? So we each dropped it 2 points. I gave it an 87, you gave it an 83, giving it an overall of 86, which still falls in the great game. I rusted it, same reason Mario 64 rusted the camera. again, we disagree on the graphics, but I think it looks a little rough around the edges. It plays a little rough around the edges. It's not quite to the polished Mario 64 was.
True, but even then, it's still... Yeah, it literally is the whole camera thing. Like, you might get, like, the big... There's two areas, like the Desert Castle and, you know, the Jungle Land, which actually does, like, mostly has the camera pulled out, where it's like, okay, that one doesn't mess with you, but most of the levels are specific rooms and everything, specific platforms that you do need to mess with the camera for.
Yep. So $15. Go out and get this game if you're an N64 owner. If you're a collector, it is a must-have. Play it before you put it on your shelf forever.
Yep.
That's all I got for it. You got anything else?
No, I mentioned the big boss already, so.
All right. Well, we will catch you next time. If you enjoyed the review, please hit that subscribe button.
Like the video?
And if you want, go ahead and give us a comment. Posting videos almost every day, so your comment should be read and responded to very quickly. We'll catch you next time.